Here's what the back cylinder looks like. Not too bad. I'll put some fuel treatment in there to maybe break up the carbon a little bit, but other than that, looks alright. Here's the front cylinder. It's not too bad either. I mean, for 73,000 miles. So, yep, pour a little fuel treatment in there, and I will clean up the spark plug. Looks like it was running a little rich, so I'll clean it up, check the gap, put it back, and move forward. Alright, checking the transmission oil, and it looks like it's good and looks real clean, so one good point. So yep, that's a positive. While I got the gas tank off, I went ahead and polished up the head. It was kind of dull before, so yeah, it looks pretty good. A little polish down here, all the chrome. This, I don't know, I'm gonna try to get some mother's polish on this. Okay, now time for a real moment of the truth. Woo. Here we go. Probably because the injectors might be clogged. Dang it. Alright, well, let's let it sit for a little while. Hopefully it's not flooded. And we'll try it again. I looked all over online to see why this thing wasn't working, and the common sequence of things to check are fuel, air, and spark to make an engine run. So it's got fuel, I could smell fuel. It's got air, air filter looks clean, but spark, there's no spark. And I made sure the gap was right. Spark plugs don't really go bad, so I'm just going, I checked it and there was no spark. I checked the coil and it's a little bit on the low end, but there's all the videos on YouTube are mostly about 2-pin or 2 power connector ones. This is a 4-pin connector Delphi, and I'll put a link in the description box of a video of a guy, he's got a British accent, talking about how to check the ohms on this thing. And it's supposed to be, I think, like 5 kilo ohms or something, and it's only coming up at 3 kilo ohms. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to check, get a maintenance manual to check if 3 is okay. But let me show you if there's there's no spark. Let me zoom in for you. So anyway, before I do all that, the other main problem is what's called the crank position sensor, and that's in the front of the engine, and I ordered that. So, but it doesn't take that long to put it in. I hope, if I remember, I'll put the link to the video of a guy replacing that. But you want to go through all the motions, because if that's not the case, then it's probably the coil. So it's either the coil or the crank position sensor, but there's a lot of videos and forum comments that said that's probably the problem. So apparently that's a thing with these bikes. So let me crank and show you no spark. Yep, no sparky. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's the crank position sensor. We'll see. Alright, here is the crank position sensor. It was a 3/16 hex head, and it's magnetically stuck in there, and it's got an O-ring, so I'm just gonna leave it in there. I checked the coil again. It was kind of okay. It didn't have 0 ohm reading, so, but I don't know. One web message said it was okay. Another web message says it was the ohms were, the resistance was too low. I don't know. But again, many of the postings about no spark is this thing here, and right here is the connector right there, and I pulled this thing off, whatever it is, whatever this thing is. I think it's the rectifier or something like that, but there's just 3/16 hex screws there and there, and so I just pulled it off to get to the connector. I saw a guy make a video of him installing it without taking this thing off, but I couldn't get to it, so I just pulled it off. So when I get the crank position sensor in tomorrow, I'll put it in and show you how everything goes back in. Here's the new one. So let me put the camera down and install the new one. Alright, I'm going to check. This is the old one. I'm going to check the resistance between these two pins with the multimeter here. Okay, it's 1.18 mega ohms. 1.18 million ohms. Hopefully the new one has a lower ohms. It's supposed to be only 1,000. So we'll see. Hopefully that's if it has the same, then it's a problem. Alright, here's the new one. There you go. It's only 1 kilo ohm. 1.19 kilo ohm. So yep, that's definitely what the spec is for these crank sensors. So let me put it in. I'm going to leave it open in case that's not the case, but I'm sure that's the case. So let me put the coil back in, and we'll see if she cranks. And here is the moment of the truth. Coil's in, plugs are in, new crank sensors in. Fingers crossed. Come on, baby. Well, that didn't do it. Let me keep trying. I forgot there was some kind of ground wire here, so hopefully that was it. I forgot to put it in there, and I forgot to tighten the hex nut back in. So let's see. I just checked the spark plug and we do have spark, so I don't know. It could be fuel. I only put a gallon in here, so maybe I need to put a little more fuel in here. Come on, baby. Let me put a little more fuel in here. I got it started. I took the air filter off and I used carb cleaner and sprayed it in there just to get it started, to hopefully maybe you know, clean out the cylinder or something. She's idling. She is idling and she is running. Yeah, buddy. Let it run for a little while. I'm going to put some ethanol cleaner, ethanol fuel in there to clean out the injectors, and then might take it around the block. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy. Runs like a champ. Now I'm just gonna wipe her down and clean her up and get her registered and ride like the wind.